Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by something a minute. I'm just gonna put you guys on mute. 1 sec. Alright, let's dial it back in. I'm gonna try and do like 30 more minutes and then call it a sesh. Okay, so we get a call. I think he's going to be calling with hands. I don't think he has kings or aces. Possibly has queens for sure, but it's more likely king, queen, ace, king. So we're going to bet this sizing to give them a bit of a harder time to call. We do have a club, which is nice. So the king is terrible. Yeah, the king just smashes him completely. Sizing to pick. I think we just fold now. I can't think of what bluffs he's going to be doing that calling, and then he'd be calling with ace king for sure. Probably king queen suited, so he could have king queen of clubs. We're against half pot. I think we got to fold. Terrible turn card. Against Dean eggs, we're going to be raising this for sure. This guy might think that we're raising lighter to isolate him, so he could be putting in a squeeze here. Quite light. When this guy calls, I think we could probably shove here some of the time. I mean, if this guy folded, we could raise this guy for sure, because he's going to be doing this pretty weak to isolate him, but with him calling, I think we're pretty crushed, so we're just going to get out of the way. I don't think ace-jack is... If we had 100 bigs, I don't think ace-jack is terrible as a jam. If he didn't call. We're blocking aces, blocking ace-king, so on and so forth. But I think this guy's in a bit of a bind here on this flop. I think he just bet that as an exploit. Because he shouldn't have any of that. Against pot, I don't think we peel for a 5. Because we could be counterfeit. We're going to peel Jack Knight. Under the gun versus here, if we probably check this flop. We do have lots of jacks though. We have top set, we have ace jack, we have kings, queens, and everything. So we do have quite a bit. I mean, maybe with sevens exactly, we probably want to bet this flop. Size up slightly. But he should have more hands like 8-9, Jack-10, Queen-Jack, stuff like that. I'm gonna check now. And now we're gonna overbet to export the river. Turning sevens into a bluff. I think we play ace-king like that. And I think villain would give us a lot of credit for ace-king because everybody thinks you have. Everybody always thinks you have ace-king. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'd bet the turn with ace-king there, personally. Maybe not, when 8-9 was already a straight. Or something was already a straight. Don't think we're deep enough to peel this. So we'll fold. Going in with the auto c-bet. I'm gonna check back now. I think we let this one go. It's under the gun and a 3-bet, so it's pretty strong. I think we block a lot of his continuing ranges on the flop, like 6-4, maybe 4-8, 3-4, stuff like that. So it's probably a fold. I mean, 8-9 can bluff us there. 6-8 can bluff us, but flop a flush draw. I mean, this should be way better for us as the big blind, so we're going to put in a raise. And we're going to continue on the jack for sure. Pick up a 10 out now as well. And on the 7, we could jam all in. But I think with holding 2 diamonds, and the flush draw brick in, and him having aces, kings, queens, he's not going to fold if he improves the 2 pair. So we'll check. Don't mind the barrel on turn and river. Debating whether to call this. I think I'm going to call to try and trap. And it comes ace ace 4. Of course it does. We're getting out here now. This can be a bluff some of the time. I think we dodged one there by calling. Okay. Flop a jack. I think he could have. We're gonna bet small to try and protect against the flush draw. I think he could have. I'm not expecting to have many good queens because we're blocking the sort of queens he's gonna call with, like queen jack, queen 10. probably raises Queen King, Ace Queen. We block Jack 10. Probably want to see bet this half pot. Not going anywhere against that. It's South Korean. King of Hearts is not the best. Turn, facing a check, we're going to check back. Oh, I think we check. I mean, we beat his pure, his A bluffs anyway. So we'll check back. Yeah. Debating whether to put in a squeeze here as a bluff. I mean, this guy has jacks, tens, queens. So he's probably going to jam if I raise. This guy can have ace king. Let's just see what happens. So this guy's fist pumping now. He's poker hard. Expecting to put in a decent bet here. He checks. Maybe he's setting the trap with the pocket eights. Find out now if he puts in a small raise. Just the call. Has he rivered quads? Cardi doesn't know what to do with his ace king. Vladimir's poker hard. Jeez. Well, I don't think he was folding if I raised. He's probably shoving. He should be raising for sure in position. Free flop, I think. I think 9i is probably up there. With hand like the lowest sort of board we can see bet. We're gonna check back now on the jack. We're gonna check again. Speed is ace high. Don't think we want to play a huge pot with 10 jack, so I'm gonna call. On the worst flop. Gonna put in a small raise, just because I want to check the turn. Here we're gonna put in a bet. So yeah, so they want to check to me now. So we bought a river card for like 5 bigs. Looking really for the king of hearts. Well, the king of diamonds would be ideal, obviously, but that'll do. Expect him to play a flush. Bit faster. So we're gonna bet. I thought he might snap call me there with ace king, with the king of diamonds. Last size in. You're running pretty close to all in EV, which is nice. Ace 10 in these positions is probably a raise. I don't like it though, but if we're playing by the book, it probably is a raise most of the time. Somebody got tagged as a reg on the button and 2 competent players. I think I'm going to fold the king 10. It's going to be way more better spots down the line. I need to start marking people a bit more regularly as well. King 4 is probably okay, especially against fish in the big blind. Five now becomes a lot more interesting, I think, and a lot more entertaining when it's deep. So I like playing with 200 bigs effective. There's way more mistakes being made. We're gonna try a small C bet just to fold out any air hands. Can definitely turn a 9 as well. And on the 3, we're gonna check. Seven for a hearts, probably a call deep. And trying to think what sizing you choose with a king. 5-7 get there for sure. He doesn't have 5-7. We're ahead of flush draws. Probably uses that size for a king. I'm gonna fold. Could be ahead though. No, I'm gonna fold the 7-4. Don't think this is a raise. Could be 3 bet as a bluff. I'm not sure. Maybe calling here is terrible, but I normally call in these spots. Gonna be calling 1 for sure. Could raise this as a bluff, but we don't have any super strong aces, but we do have more sugar flush draws than he does. Picking up a queen, I think we have to peel again. Decide river. I mean, he has definitely more aces than us, but it's pretty even. He could be doing this with a heart draw as well. But when he checks back, it's more often than not an ace. But I think we still check back. Alright, king 10. Nice, I think we played that okay. We do have showdown equity. Showdown value, rather. We're going to try and set mine against his small raise with 4s. And against that stupid sizing, we're going to fold. This guy's a bit of a fish, isn't he? Ukraine. Because he's gone to 3.4, I'm going to let this one go. Pretty nitty, but whatever. Flop 2 pair, I think we go for a bet line, obviously, depending on the run out, but working on the sizes, I think we go half pot and then pot. Okay, well we block 3s, we block 5s, doesn't have queens, we lose to queen 5 and queen 3. It's more often than not a combo draw with spades, so we're going to call. You could have ace 4 for sure, but I don't think we're folding anything yet. We're going to call, and we're going to river the 5 of hearts. Eight of spades, it's got to be the worst card in the deck. He checks back though, which makes me think he has queen 5 now, or queen 3. I'm not bluffing into him. I think we just lose. Maybe he has king queen or something, and we win. King 10. Okay then. I mean, if he fired that river, I was folding like 100% of the time. Okay, somebody at the door. I'm going to sit out hands and probably call it a session. So let me just pause you guys a sec. Alright, see you in a sec. Yo, welcome back. It was Amazon Shock Horror. Yeah, I'm going to call it a session. So it's a decent one today. This is the graph. Super swingy. We got off to a flying start, and then we lost 3 big pots in a row. Sort of fought back, lost another big one, which I think was the pocket 10s against 9s. And then just been sort of running it towards the end. So we have finished up, which is cool. We've run 40p or 40 cents below all in EV, but configure graph. Can I get the other stuff? No, I don't know how to get the other lines on this graph.